Did you see Tom Box's ban list predictions? It's kind of bad.
Season for 2022, I guess it's January.
Clayman was my
But
boo.
regardless, we can cover a couple
Clayman?
of topics here.
Oh, Olivia, have you forgotten that the amazing power of money can do anything?
I like this picture.
Money makes life happy.
Trigger warning,
Hey,
Tom Box predictions are kind of bad.
Dark Emperor, thank you for the donation. Trigger warning, Tom Box predictions are kind of bad. I was floating around in Farfa's stream and I saw his ban list predictions. I feel like that kind of has warmed me up for ban list season. Dark Emperor, his bans were fine. The problem is when he got to the limit, when he got to his limits, I had the peepo. They were really bad, chat. I mean, it was like the bird literally Celestial to 1, and I'm like, can we just limit Fractal? Is that the problem? First off, are Tri Brigades even broken? Like, I've played against the pure Tri Brigade deck, chat. Like, they end on like Appaloosa plus the trap card. Like, does that need to mean I personally, as like a back row player, it's very difficult for me to like push through that freaking trap because I can't just like set it off. But like, that seems pretty fair to me, chat. Appaloosa with 3 negates plus like 1 trap, like, and they spend almost their entire hand, have like 1 card. That seems fair to me. What was the point of the 10 key hit? Yeah, it's like we just hit Tri Brigade and we did all this shit to Zoo. Like, Tri Brigade's fine. Leave it alone. And then he also, he had freaking Electromite back at 1. Like, just stop. Just stop. Stop with this Electromite shit.
So things are making the game not as fun, a little bit too sacky, a little bit overpowered, and I've got 5 banlist picks for you guys. I would not be surprised if Konami touched these in any capacity, just because they are very strong. And
5 ban cards, chat. Oh my god. Sosa got me on this dumb shit. Imperial Order, Artifact Site, Mystic Mine. Those are, let me just explain, chat. Those are the blanket effects that I actually do think should be taken out the game. And the difference between those and something like Arch Nemesis Protoss isn't even the whole, well, Protoss lasts multiple turns, blah, 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 blah. It's the fact that it's splashability. Artifacts can just be thrown in everything. Mystic Mine and Imperial, I mean, unless you're playing a deck that just has to resolve tons of spells, like, I don't know, Invoked or something, Imperial Order can be played in like half the decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Mystic Mine can be played in any deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I consider that is one of the things I take into consideration, chat. How much of the meta can play this card? Now, when you're talking about limits, that's fine. We can limit, you know, we can limit like a powerful or broken card in an archetype, a brilliant fusion or whatever. But like, how many decks can like play this card? You know, how many decks can play
probably
VFD?
a touch. And I know everyone's going to be agreeing with me in this particular battle.
Let's try it
because I can't see the dislike button anymore. Good job, YouTube. No, seriously, just bring it back so I can.
Oh, I know what Tom Boss is going to ban, chat. He's going to ban Verte. Because to get the 5 ban, I'm not saying all my bans are right, but to get the 5, you pretty much have to be going after Verte. Yeah. How many decks in the meta play Appaloosa? Oh, no. The whole Appaloosa being banned, that's just a Celsa meme, Jabril. No one actually wants Appaloosa bans. Like, the whole, like, Appaloosa should be banned. That's just a shitty Celsa meme. Like, Celsa's the only one. Celsa and Patrick Hoban.
See how you guys are.
Yeah,
leave it down in the comment
Patrick
section if you guys
are
are
like the
not
only ones who
agreeing
want
with
that
my
card banned.
biased opinions.
Right.
You guys can feel free to leave your biased opinions down in the comments
Don't make me dislike your video.
So, anyways, without further ado, let's look at some of the cards that I do believe have targets on their back. Starting
what
with
card are we
number
talking
1.
about?
Card number 1 is going to be Imperial Order. This is one of the universally most hated cards to be on the receiving end, and since it is a one.
Hey, I thought you said this ban list was best so far. It's kind of busting. Look, even as an Eldritch player who gets this card and like, yo, free win. Like, even I'm not gonna fight people on this. Imperial Order may be the only example, chat. This might be a Yu-Gi-Oh video, or a video. The only card that got errated and was still broken. Like, that's crazy, right? I mean, I guess all they did was make a bigger cost, which I guess in theory is not how you balance a card. It'd be like if Konami was like, all right, we're going to bring back confiscation, but instead of 1,000 life points, you pay 2,000. It'd still be broken. Like, who cares if you doubled the cost? It's still broken. You know?
One of card
making the cost
is a
more
sack if you have it. If you decide to actually combo
life points don't matter.
Then that's even worse because you have.
He's gonna have Darkroot. I don't see that.
Let's face it.
Darkroot as a ban. I don't.
You're more likely to see 40% monster, 50% spells, and maybe 10% traps. Or even
Dark Emperor says something,
you're shutting
the opposite.
more than half of someone's deck off, unless
Imperial Order is rough.
That's besides the point. So yeah, it's pretty awful. You can have a handful of spell cards, and it's just a dead hand because you just can't play. Well, some people may say, good box. Well, even if you get good and have Cosmic Cyclone in your hand and you time it right, you usually bait it out with another spell and you chain Cosmic Cyclone, the front row could potentially have the Spell Trap Negation to turn you off, making it so that you need multiple cards before your Cosmic Cyclone even holds any value. And to me, that's just like a lot easier to be doing that than to be, planning out like 20 steps to break a whole board only to be shut down by one card. You can watch someone's face.
It's not that long either, Chess. It's like 13 minutes.
Happens. It's like, oh, I've got the perfect hand. They're going to throw all sorts of excuse at you of how, because IO killed him. And let's face the facts.
And I don't think I'm going to do a ban list prediction.
Card number 2, Predaplant Verte Anaconda. You guys would have been super mad.
Again, this is fine. Again, I don't personally have Verte, I guess, on my ban list, but it's reasonable. I thought to get to 5, if you're gonna say 5 cards need to be banned, then I feel like you have to have Verte. Otherwise, you're not gonna get to 5 cards. Verte is not the problem. Thank you very much, Typical Toad 22, for coming through with that Twitch resubscription. 9 months in a row of grown ass toadliness. And you are totally awesome. I appreciate that, my friend. And thank you for the support. I'll die on the hill that Verte isn't the problem. Selza also says Verte isn't the problem. Well, I believe, chat, that because of its ceiling, because of its versatility, and because of its minimal cost, like, DPE would 100% see play without Verte. I think we said this before. DPE, it would just be played in, like, control decks. But, a deck like Invoked and Sky Striker, if you think they're dropping DPE because Verte is banned, like, you are crazy. Like, they'll totally play. If I'm playing Sky Striker, I'll totally keep playing DPE without Verte and Anaconda. The decks that just aren't going to play it anymore is, like, Drytron. Decks that they're not going to be playing, 3 copies of Fusion Destiny and all that jazz, but Verte is a menace to society. It lets cards that have nothing to do with the archetype abuse it. I find it annoying, chat, that Verte gives decks that should never be able to fusion summon the ability to fusion summon. Can we agree on that, chat? Like, does Hollow Firebrax give you the ability to synchro? I mean, I guess technically with its effect during your opponent's turn, if you call that a synchro, but like, why can Drytron fusion summon, chat? Like, someone explain that to me. Like, why Drytron and Phantom Knights can fusion summon, or why they can drop fusion monsters? Like, why? Why can they drop Dragoon? Why can they drop DPE? Why can they drop like these big fusion monsters? I thought that they were like Ritual and Exceed decks. Link, that's fine, but Red Eyes fusion, and yeah, but you gotta hard draw those cards, Selza. I mean, unless you want to play like Insight and whatnot, and that would be very specific examples. Like, why should a Phantom Knight deck just randomly be able to drop Winda? Like Shadow. Again, you have to, like, if you want to play those bricks and you want to commit to hard drawing that card, God bless you. But we all know extra deck cards cheat because you don't have to draw them. Like, it'd be like if my Eldritch deck could just drop the Necros of Unicorn just cuz. You know what I mean? Like, wait, why is your deck allowed to just ritual summon for free? Like, I don't know. What's it called? Why does it matter if the card's purple? I mean, I guess it doesn't. If Verte summoned synchros, I guess it would be the same. Like, my point is, why should a deck that is clearly not meant to do something be able to do it in its sleep, like so easily, have access to this entire pool of incredibly powerful monsters when it was never intended to, like, have access. I mean, that was supposed to be a Predaplant card, but, you know, like, obviously it's not. It seems like we're whoa, hold on. So you're just saying ban all the good fusions? Because that sounds like a needle fiber argument. Just ban all the good tuners? Because the problem with that is, Selza, is Konami just going to stop making good fusion monsters? Because, all right, let's just ban DPE, ban Winda, ban Red Eyes, Dark Dragoon. Okay, how long until we release another good fusion, chat? Or press 1 if we're just never going to release another good fusion. All right. Do you guys have enough faith in Konami that they're never going to release another good fusion? Like, I don't have faith when it comes to, like, future-proofing the game or card design, like affecting card. I just don't believe in them. I mean, I wouldn't. Why should they have to think like, oh man, does this fusion have to suck? You know, because Verte's still in the game. All I'm saying is, how long until the next Dragoon comes along? How long until the next DPE comes along? How long until the next window? Seems like we get one every era of Yu-Gi-Oh! So, I mean, we didn't even get through this one before we got another Dragoon type card. It was DPE. So, have you read Dual Avatars? I watched MBT's video on it, and I don't know. I reread them. I even saw one of the combos with they suck. They're like laughably bad. Those cards should have came out in like GX era, chat. Dual Avatar, and they probably, I don't know. I think their fusion spell sucks too. They might have been like, yeah, if they came out in like GX, they might have been like, okay then.
Not included.
I have read the cards.
I
have read the cards because when I looked at Branded Fusion, I was like, oh, maybe you can do some stuff with that.
Because Anaconda can help you bypass some of the restrictions on those cards, and not only that, just use their effects.
Yeah, this one.
So you can do a lot more.
Hold on. Yeah, chat. This one. This is supposed to be their big gun, by the way. They're like WinCon. Their big gun. If this card battles your opponent, can activate cards and effects until the end of the damage step. Okay, again, by GX standards, that's really strong. If this card attacks after damage calculation, you can return one monster your opponent controls to the hand. Okay, where's the negation at? Where's the disruption? When an opponent's spell or trap or effect activates that targets this card on the field, cool, bro. So as long as I don't target you, you don't do anything. While you control 2 other fusion monsters. Oh my god, this is so easy to play around. You can negate that activation. So it doesn't even negate it, even if you target it, unless they have 2 other... This card is so fucking bad. Has anyone read these shitty cards, by the way, Cap? You totally would love them. Yeah, that card would have sucked even in GX. It would have been fine if it, like, negated it. But to have 3 fusions just to get your shitty effect, like... Jesus Christ. That archetype would have been bad, chat. Probably by GX standards. And that's their big gun, by the way. That's like their elite boss monster. Card's nowhere near as good as Heraclinos, which came out in like fucking 2008.
Or with it.
Jaden's worst nightmare.
Full combo, then you...
It includes it. Who cares? Ooh, I can't enemy control. That would, yeah, in GX era where people play like Soul Exchange or Book of Moon, that would have been like pretty good, but... Okay, well, there you go. You got me, chat. It would have been really good in GX era, I guess. If you could figure out a way to fucking summon that card.
Or you full combo and put it into a DPE. Or if you get hella hand trapped.
What's his next card, chat? Mystic Mine and Scythe. What's the last one? If Mystic Mine and Scythe are both on here, chat, what's the last card for bans? Why do I feel like it's going to be a random Tri-Brigade monster? Watch it be like Tri-Brigade Nerval or some shit.
The DP. It's so
Celestial,
easier for you
Protos.
But I think the point is what you do with that DP.
No,
Phantom, they already have a super strong combo. They can go into the Red Eyes Dragoon, but the DPE thing offers people scythe locking, and this is one way to actually hit a lot of these DPE decks without hurting heroes directly. I don't think taking away Fusion Destiny is the right call. Taking away Red Eyes Fusion might not be the right call either, because if they are hard opening with a card and they're just playing Floodgate deck and looking at you guys sub-terrors, well, they have it. If they're playing Fusion Destiny, they have to hard open Fusion Destiny, which is still pretty good. Maybe Fusion Destiny could
Ben
be
10?
on this list at some point in the future. But
I don't know. Drytrons don't seem that good
right
to me.
now. I think Vertan.
I don't think it has to do with Protoss,
The
Chad.
Tone Box, they just printed this card in gold. Yes, just like Dryden was printed in gold and then was banned also later on. So I wouldn't say printing it in gold
That's fine.
offers it any real
3
level
Fusion
of
Destiny,
protection
3
here.
Pot of
You know what I'm
Prosperity.
saying? And this is like a way to hit stuff like Invoke. It also hits Drytron too because they can't make the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. It is a hit towards them. There's also
Chat, I have no idea what that just was. It just no, not time to not bench. It's not bench time. It's only 10 o'clock. We're not that old. Jesus, dude, my XSplit just stopped streaming. One of the first things I did was look at my modem to see if it was on, and like XSplit just stopped. Usually it will say like drop frames, but it just actually turned off. Chat, that's crazy. Drytron is like Gem Knights. They're good when they go first and your opponent has nothing. There was another combo deck that I was just thinking of that kind of sounds like that. Oh, maybe the Utopia deck. Yeah, that maybe likes like the shitty Utopia deck.
you know setting
that
up
Dolan
Scythe is,
keeps
like,
pushing.
a skill-based thing.
Dolan is on
the
that
Scythe
Utopia
block
train.
For
Oh, what I was saying is, chat, and I don't know if you guys heard it. So Tombox is talking about Artifact Scythe, chat, and it's leading me to think he didn't ban Artifact Scythe, which I don't know about that, because he keeps talking about how he's talking about how like Scythe Block might still be a thing, but it's obviously not a thing if you just ban it. So I guess he just didn't ban
whatever
it.
reason and
Ban, yeah, maybe he's
one of my
banning.
biggest gripe is Scythe Block.
That'd be dumb. Ban Dagda, but don't ban Scythe. People can still just use Sanctum then, and Sanctum's at 3.
Personally, is
So you got a
going to
decent
be
chance of
the
doing
ability
it,
to use it
of
twice,
drawing it.
and now you're forced to play stuff like DD Crow. The meta has adapted. We are playing Crow in our side deck now. We're playing stuff to basically Cosmic Cyclone to remove the card, but you know there's always counter sides like Artifact Lancia.
We'll see.
And you're still kind of dying, but at least that's more of a little game of chess rather than just sitting there and dying. Card number 3, El Shadal Winda.
I don't know how I feel about this, chat. I don't know how I feel about this. So, Pac brought this up a long time ago. Not that long ago. I don't know. Like, it's not the worst. I've said for a while, chat, that Winda is the best Shadow, and she's the only Shadow you need to play. Well, I guess you need other shit to summon her, but I have said for a long time that she's the best Shadow. And she is, even though it's not applicable to me, chat, it's somewhat frustrating when I watch duels and I see Invoke just kind of cheat her out, and they just get a free win for that, chat. Like, should that be a thing? This whole, send at Cologne to the graveyard, search Schism. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's all. I guess it's just frustrating because it's another card that's being exploited by a deck that is not supposed to be in. If they have Meltdown on the field, there just happens to be synergy with Schism to where you can't even Solemn Judgment it or anything like that. And by golly, chat, Winda is a win condition. She's only a win condition against combo decks, but if they don't have a way of stopping her, they just lose to her. She's too damn big to attack over with any normal summon monster. So, and combo decks can't operate with one special summon. Should have been at Cologne. The Winda train left a while ago. Hit Meltdown, Invoke Ruins Winda is I'm not furious about this one, chat. Like, I know I've made fun of a lot of Yugi-tubers, their floodgate type bans in the past. DP Yu-Gi-Oh! With his Naturia Beast, Sam with Dweller, Farfa with TC Boo, and I know Pac brought this one up, but I don't know, maybe I would not hate this, chat. Like, Winda is just, I don't know if it's her or if it's the fact that like Invoke can just cheat her out. And I guess you could play other decks. Well, I guess that you need a Dogmatica package, basically. They're not hitting Invoked or anything with this combo. They love these. Simo with Borreload Savage. I mean, that's a bad hit, but I mean specifically these Floodgate type cards. You know what I mean? Like a Protoss right now, where it's the hot Floodgate of the format. But dude, when is just... Chat, when did Shadows come out? 2015? What year are we in? This is a card from 2015, Twitch chat. We are basically in 2020. 7 years... 2014? 8 years later and this card's still the shit? Like, she's always been good. This card's been good for 8 years. Like, tell me when Wind was bad. I feel like she's never been bad. It's always been like, can you summon her? But, I mean, that's kind of saying something, chat. She came out in 2014, and she's still pretty damn, like, 0 power creep to this chick. 0. She's arguably just going to get better. As long as combo exists, yeah, she arguably just gets better.
Cousin, Apollo. Right, that's right. Her buddy in the extra deck that lets her come out for free.
Logic.
It's Apollo. Now, hear me out. I get that if...
Hold on, I actually want to hear
said Winda, most of the Shaddoll community is cracking their knuckles and basically ready to go full keyboard warrior on me.
I did tell you guys this, by the way, a while ago. I told you that the best Shadow card by far was Winda. It was never Construct.
But
it's always Winda.
Just hear me out. Why not the Winda and why the Apollo? Like, really. Apollo is mainly because of Invoke DP. Invoke DP gets to play with your Winda without the use of any main deck Shaddoll monsters. Doesn't that feel kind of weird? It's just a schism. And it's because the Apollo adds the card directly to the hand, and they get to throw away an extra monster back into the graveyard. And simply because of one little maneuver, they get to play Winda by banishing either their Alistair and plus the Apollo, because Apollo's already dark, which makes it super easy.
Hi, Shiny Pants Gaming. How are you?
And on top of that, they layer their interaction so that you have to crack the board bit by bit. There's no such thing as an easy board wipe against this, because not everything is actually on the field right away. They've got a fleur-de-lis in their hand. They have perhaps like the Invoke Mecha, but really being the only true
Okay, so this all this stuff that Tombox is talking about here, about them having like Macabre and all, I don't really care about that. That's not something I generally take into consideration. Cards that they might just have. I'm just looking at Winda and herself. Like, Winda can still just beat a combo deck. Like, without all that other stuff. If you don't specifically have an out to her, the other stuff, the arbitration, just doesn't matter. Like, because that's all RNG. Like, you might have Macabre, you might not. You might have Fleur-de-Lis, you might not. But what's the card that we can guarantee you have? El Shaddai Winda. That alone can just beat a Drytron player. You get the special summon one Drytron name, that's it. That's not going to beat Winda, I win.
Negation on the field that can negate basically anything, and then your Winda's not even on board.
Great, I love your videos
of any of this because they can just change.
I got some stuff in the works. And simply because I just wrote 2 videos today. They're not quite history videos, but
or you have to trade away your battle phase for it.
Like kind of premium, like baby premium.
That as well.
I hope you enjoy them.
Going to work in case
everything beats Drytron, but it's not just specific to Drytron. I just use Drytron as like an example of a combo deck. It can be the bird deck. You just wait for them to, I don't know, like Warbler. Is she the one where you like special summon her when you have no monsters on field, and then you just special summon another one? Cool. Chain to your effect. You special summon another bird. You get whatever shitty bird card you want. Now your turn ends because you can't special summon. You can normal summon, but what does that do? Just puts more bodies on board, I guess.
A single trap in their hand. But I wouldn't be too surprised if they decide to hit both of these cards, or maybe just straight up just
so far this isn't that bad, chat. There's no Appaloosas.
So. But it still solved the problem where Apollo also becomes
unironically better than a Cells Bandless.
Invoke DP is going to cause a lot of collateral damage.
It's unironically better than a Cells Bandless.
A lot of these cards aren't exactly new. I think the only new cards added into the deck would probably just be the DP stuff and everything else. Kind of was already there,
show me your ban list.
Not exactly sitting in the same spot.
Ban probably.
Card number 4, Lyralist.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! What is it that Callie says? Oh baby, what are you doing? Now you fucked up, Tombox. I think this is the card I was just talking about, chat. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summoned from your hand, you can special summon one Lyra loose monster from your hand. Or yeah, this is the card. This is the card that I was just describing. The epitome of these little disturbing art. Our clothing is too tight. What are we even doing? Please explain, Tombox. Please explain. Like, all the birds are interchangeable. You search all of them anyways. This isn't gonna be the. This is fucking stupid.
Turquoise Warbler?
Yeah, okay. Before this, his ban list was probably not shittier than yours, Salsa. Now it's shittier than yours. Because he has his. I don't even know where the fuck this is coming from, to be honest.
Yeah, it's gonna be Turquoise Warbler. I don't think there's another card that I would probably put into this list.
Oh, okay, well, hold on. So he says this card should be limited, not banned. So does this mean he only has 5 changes in general? Because he initially said 5 bans. Okay, but why didn't you just reshoot this part? This bugs me, chat. Am I the only Yugi tuber who, if I realize I made a colossal mistake in my video, will just like edit the video? I'll just reshoot this part rather than just, I don't know. Only one. No, why? That's just worse. That just shows me that's just lazy. Just fix the video. Just edit it and just be like, all right, now we're on to the limit sections. Just reshoot it, bro.
Want to put Bird Call, but Bird Call is just far too new. If it's a new card and it's not completely game breaking, then it's likely not going to get hit. I get that some cards will get hit, like what, Link Cross? Link Cross didn't exist for far too long, and boom, it got snapped off of the face.
Nightmare Goblin, by the way, chat. 1 format. Link Cross, also 1 format? Or Link Cross may not have been 1 format, but it was, I feel like it was 1 format. Like, just saying. It does happen.
So for now, I would say
okay, well, Goblin I know was 1. Goblin's 1 format.
They both are kind of similar in some degree. Both of them are able to generate additional monsters.
Why didn't
and
you
they both summon out without starting a chain. And Warbler doesn't target, so it's just
what do you mean
things that you have to hit. The thing about
you mean editing? Dude, I had time restraints. What do you mean? Did I not come on stream and tell you guys that I felt like I told you guys that I felt like it could use more time restraint. It was Saturday. It was Saturday, and I was like, if I keep editing the video, then it's not going to be able to come out on Sunday. So time restraint. I mean, is there time restraints with this ban list? And Selza, it was specific. Like, it was time restraints because I wanted to get the video out before Halloween. So, like, there wasn't some arbitrary where I could just delay it next week. Like, I had to specifically hit that Halloween deadline. Tombox could have just released this video tomorrow. He released it, it came out yesterday. He could have released it tomorrow, or like, what does it matter? Banlist isn't coming out until January.
Warbler that makes it so scary is because it is a level 1 winged beast, and when you pair that off,
too. I never said that.
It's not the easiest thing to deal with because of the amount of follow-ups you have. Because if Warbler successfully revives, say, a Cobalt Sparrow, now you're in for a world of hurt. Cobalt Sparrow is going to search a card. You can't really just ash your way out of this because there's 2 birds, and that's going to lead to Recital Starling. Recital Starling paired with another bird, you're just bound to get hit by something. Now, it used to be like, oh, this is such a great opener card for Bird Out, but with Bird Call being released, it's just, now it's gone down to a whole new level because
he's not selling me on this like at all. Like, I just, is this card, chat, just drastically better than the other birds? I feel like they're just all good. They all just like work in unison. Like, he's not, what's it called? Stop making excuses like he's just not selling me. You know, like you could perfectly
use
hit
it as an
Call.
extender, and on top of that, Fair
I don't think any of them just need to get hit.
I believe their effects are not negated, so
he said 5 cards could get hit on the hand.
It gets to activate something from the grave, and it's just one of.
So then he has one more card getting limited,
and it's the one reason why it's so hard to use any sort of hand traps against Bird Up.
It's a starter and an extender, but Bird Call is the problem.
Leads to most hand traps being also pretty useless.
They used to have to play that shitty Jack in the Hand card.
Targeting based hand traps once they have the Cobalt Sparrow out, because anything that exceeds into anything with a Cobalt Sparrow, you can't target it.
I think he has more than 1 card.
It's pretty rough.
Because he's at 9
if
minutes.
Bird Call wasn't so new, Bird Call would have been easily here. Just basically part of the Rhoda family stuff that searches 1 for 1 out of the deck and does anything.
I'm fine with that. I don't
same
even
with Sword
want
Soul. Sword Soul
to
probably
get hit.
is the same camp where the card is.
I don't know, chat. Their inboard, especially when they start dumping shit into the graveyard, that the spell and trap, that shit is crazy. That's the only deck in the game that I feel like if I have Lava Golem, I still probably lose. Because if they have Utopia, Apex Avion, double Dragon Lords, Samorg, the trap in the graveyard, like if I just Lava Golem Samorg, or no, if I Lava Golem Apex plus the Utopia, I have to kill that Samorg, otherwise they just combo and probably kill me the next. I have to have like a board breaker on top of that. Like I have to have Torrential or something. That shit is hard, chat. It's cracked. Spirit mode. There's no board I can't break with Spirit mode. But that's like the only board that I can't really, because then they could still hypothetically have a bounce. And if I don't kill Samorg, they just get Celestial and they get another search, and their entire bird engine is just revived, and now they can transition to like Zeus potentially. So I need like Lava Golem plus like a bunch of other shit. And it's just a bad situation, chat. Like every other day, even when I've played against like Drytron and they have like DPE, Herald, Beatrice, random Drytron, I'm like, all right, cool. Tribute Lava Golem for DPE and Herald. Like I don't give a fuck about Beatrice or this random Drytron. Those cards don't do anything. And then I can just kind of like play the game. But if you don't kill the Samorg dude, that card's just gonna get them so much more advantage.
Two new.
Oh yeah. That's it. They also make Robin. Yeah. That's what it is, chat. They also have Robin too. So like, if you can't just leave that deck with like Robin plus double Dragon Lords plus Samorg. Like they can win without even summoning at that point. Cause like my Eldritch shit just won't. The Robin, just bounce all your shit and just
for emergence, but it's likely
that
going to
deck's
see
inboard
its
is
share
insane.
of,
I think it's the best in the game.
Probably in the future. Before I get into card
Double
number 5,
Lava.
leave in the comment section of what you guys believe to be some cards that deserve to be addressed. Now, this is just research material, and I would love to read your thoughts on what you guys believe to be
Zeus
issues. I'm obviously having
do?
different issues compared to you guys, so I would love to hear your thoughts.
Don't fail me.
And let's get into card number 5.
Okay. So I'm gonna assume that this is a card getting limited since he kind of moved to limited. And now we know that his list is a little Papega, chat. Any guesses? Zeus to 0. I mean, I was gonna go with the standard Mystic Mine, but his list seems fucking Papega, so I'm gonna say, I mean, it should be Scythe, but he's just not going after Scythe. So I'm gonna say it's like a is there anything in Phantom Knights maybe? Appaloosa, Bardish to 0 for Brave Token. He went after the bird deck. He hasn't gone after Phantom. Maybe he rebans Bardish. I don't know. This is
and that card is Harpy's Featherstorm. It is really rough to be on the receiving end of this card.
I guess he just wants his deck to be It's not searchable. Chat, okay. This is another example of let them eat cake. Let them eat cake. Okay, I get it. People say it's an FTK. It's not searchable. It's complete orange. I get it. When it goes off, it's insane. And if it's I don't know, just let them eat cake. Let them eat cock. No. This is a let them eat cake moment, chat. Let them eat cake. This means that like if you fucking get it, you get it. Cool. Like I'm not banning a card that you like only get once every 6 games. Like, let them eat cake.
Monsters being turned off all at once,
Trap
whether it be
trick.
from your hand.
Oh yeah, just play multiple Harpy's Featherstorms and multiple trap tricks, and just hope none of them brick your hand. Got it.
Field, grave,
Yeah, let's play all these shitty cards just
banish,
to
your
get one
hood,
card.
your pocket. It doesn't matter.
It's only
all of them
searchable
are
Harpies.
inert. They will not work when you activate them.
Let
so
them eat cake, Chad.
it's just tough luck there. And usually
That's my new catchphrase, by the way, when it comes to these. You just let them eat cake.
like you hand trap
You
your
can have
opponent.
that.
Like, oh,
If
this
you
is
wanna
gonna be
play
great.
that and you
then
get
all
it,
of a sudden
like,
they
let them
Featherstorm
eat
you, and now your turn is more or less skip. It goes back to them, and they can try to OTK you once
This
again.
is exactly
And
what I was saying about
legitimately
Protoss
the
and
only out
Winda.
against it, if you want to be able to play for the turn that
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like Winda can be played in more than one deck. You know, like The Shadow deck can play it. Protos can literally only be played in one deck. Harpies is again one deck. Like, we can find more stuff to play, Wenda.
Not every single deck is capable.
You can have
of
your cake and
playing
eat it
through
too.
it because
let them eat
monster
cake.
effects, you're going to.
You don't want people to eat cock. The MBT community would be let down.
It's not that great. If you're willing to pay half your life for that red reboot,
He has more cards, chat. This is only at 10.5 minutes, and it's a 14. There's no way that he just recaps for like 4 minutes. Like, he has to have at least one or two more cards.
Right away because
Protos is
likely they're
searchable.
going
Yes,
to
but again, it's only in one deck though.
No effects for at least 2 turns, and
it's only in one. We already went over this. Like, there is no blind protosing. Blind protosing, I believe, is not that good. Blind feather storming is infinitely better. Like, as long as your opponent needs to use these things called monster effects, which every deck does, like, you're good. You know what I mean?
Grand Mage, you can truly kill someone with that on the field. I think it's.
I just looked over the video.
Okay,
wait, this is the last
Grand
card?
Mage still has full attack points because it's continuous, but the.
If this is the this is kind of shitty. Like, this list started really good. But then it got really, this list got really off the rails.
Danger monsters. And if you throw
like,
Kaiju
after Winter, it just kept
you
going. It went downhill and like
anymore.
went even lower.
You have limited effects, so anything that you throw into your opponent, it's like super limited. It's a pretty rough taste for sure, and I don't want to see people trap tricking this onto the field just to like. He
has a hate boner for. I mean, he definitely seems like someone, or this list seems like it was inspired after he lost like 5 duels in a row to the bird deck. Chat.
Know what you're
like. I get it. It's the best deck
mechanic, and if you're a deck that doesn't
like, man, you're trying to like massacre the deck.
You just have to eat it. I guess in some cases,
I just want to see if Scythe comes up anywhere in
this
this
people
comment
to play
section.
more back row just to stay alive because the monsters themselves.
Verte.
But I wouldn't be surprised if this card also potentially, people decide to take a look at it to see if it actually deserves to get hit, or maybe we'll just get power creeped out in the future. Who knows? What about Sword Soul and Drytron? Those decks are dominating. Well, Drytron, I don't think they're dominating as much, especially with the Chow Fang combo locking them out. They can get Chow Fang or Protoss. Protoss can pop maybe the Chi Shao, and then boom, light locked. It's pretty rough. Protoss, just as bad. Protoss, pop a light monster, pop that Chi Shao, boom, permanent light lock for the entire turn. That's why you're probably not seeing as much Drytron top. And that being said, there's also like a ton of imperms, a ton of effect veilers. Ashes are everywhere because of DPE, and also Drone Lockbird being a popular option right now. It just makes it a really rough time to be a Drytron player. As for Sword Soul, they're so new, guys.
Oh my god, I was gonna say, don't you dare say they're so new. All right, Chad, is that a valid reason or not? I knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was just gonna say they're so new. Like, dude, if you feel like a deck needs to get hit, just hit it. I knew he was gonna say that. I was gonna say he was gonna say. I was gonna say. I guarantee you, he says, "Oh, they're too new." So I can hit Bird up, but they're too new. Like, is the logic? It just has to be an old card. Just has to be an old card.
They're really deserving of that much.
Pepe format.
This fresh. I look at Emergence and I'm like, yeah, Emergence is probably gonna take a hit, probably in the future, and maybe Ecclesia, but Ecclesia never really is like that card to touch. It's more likely that we're gonna see Moye get touched. Like, the thing is, once you start hitting the main deck monsters of Sword Soul, you're gonna run into the problem where it's very difficult for anyone to play Pot of Desires. In other words, hitting any of the main deck monsters will start to affect their Desires capability. You know what I'm saying? So there's like a lot of things to kind of think about in that angle. But anyways, that's my little 2 cents about those particular 2 decks that aren't getting hit just yet. And, well, that's all I got for this one, guys. If you guys enjoyed this segment, we'll make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Check out mstmerch.com. All right, guys.
How did he just ignore Artifact Scythe like that, though? Am I just I don't know. Like, he just ignored Artifact Scythe. Like, to me, that just feels like next ban list video, just Artifact Scythe. Chat, people really want App Cologne. I mean, I can say 100% chat. Or Zesty, if you're here, enjoy Branded Fusion at 3 while you can. There's no way in hell that card is going to be at 3 for long. Like, I can tell you that. This is a Despia. It won't be a Despia card for long. Like, enjoy Branded Fusion, bro. This has the potential of being, like, Brilliant Fusion. Maybe not that crazy, but, like, enjoy Branded Fusion at 3. for like one format. Enjoy it. Like Branded Fusion will not be at 3 for like long. Maybe 6 months. It's not gonna be at 3 for like super long, in my opinion. Enjoy your brain dead fusion. Exactly. I just don't understand why he just ignored Scythe completely. I don't get it. Branded Fusion is like Destiny Fusion. I think it's better. Branded Fusion does like because of that the red dragon, it just does it can do so much more. Like Destiny Fusion can really only summon DPE. I mean, you can summon other things, but you probably don't want to. Branded Fusion can do tons. There are so many plays it opens up.